Showers with thunderstorms tomorrow. Showers will be heavy at first. Temperatures will range between 27 and 31 degrees. Moderate to fresh southwesterly winds, occasionally strong on high ground at first. Relative humidity stands at 78%. For the outlook, there will still be showers on Sunday. Showers will ease off gradually in the following couple of days, and it will be very hot during the day. And that's the weather from Metro Plus, your connect.
For a safe and healthy living environment, owners should not alter the drainage systems of buildings on their own. They must ensure proper maintenance of drainage pipes and should appoint qualified professionals or contractors for regular inspection and arrange early repair if seepage or defects are found. They may apply for loans or subsidies from the Buildings Department and the Urban Renewal Authority. Visit bd.gov.hk for details.
Telecom network connects us, but it can also be used by scammers to reach you. If you receive a call or SMS from a stranger, please stay vigilant. Don't disclose personal information or transfer money casually. You can use call filtering service offered by telecom service providers or call filtering apps in the market to reduce scam or nuisance calls. The Communications Authority reminds you, stay alert and beware of phone scam tricks.
Ang opinyon ng programang ito ay mula sa host at ang kanilang panauhin at di nanganguhulog ang opinyon ng estasyong ito, Metro Plus AM 1044.
Sa ating programa 7 minutes at past the hour of 8 o'clock. It's a Friday. Pag sinabi kong balik, galing po at tayo ng Thursday. Okay. Pambungan po natin sa araw na ito is the first 30 minutes of the program is Tunog Pinoy. Magkakasama po tayo hanggang alas 10 ng gabi. You know, it's so unfortunate dahil nag-intro, gumawa ako ng short introduction, di ba? Yung short introduction was supposed to be for Tita Carrie's Lovingly Yours. Pagkatapos nung short na
ika nga pre-program na nagtumawag si Tita Carrie, not feeling well, unfortunately. Anyway, sa mga kasamahan po natin, if you're not feeling well, Tita Cares, siguro na yun, sobrang init doon tapos naligo. Yan. Yeah. Pagkatapos ng programa niya kahapon, yun ang ginawa niya. Anyway, sa mga kasamahan po natin sa araw na ito, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at panonood sa amin sa Facebook and of course sa YouTube. Simulcast with our radio program and radio frequency AM 1044 dito po sa Hong Kong. Pagbati natin sa lahat ng ating mga kasama sa iba't ibang parte ng daigdig. Umpisahan po natin sa ating mga kasama sa North Pole, North Central South America, kabuuan po ng Europa, Africa, gitnang silangan, at sa kabuuan po ng Asia, ang ating bansang Pilipinas. Nandyan po ang Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao at mga karatig pang mga isla na nasa bilang po ng mga 7,000 mga maliliit at malalaking isla. Nakuha na rin po natin ang mga kasamahan po natin sa New Zealand, Australia at mga karatig din ng mga isla na malapit sa kanila. South Pole. Magandang gabi, magandang hapon, magandang umaga. Ito po ang inyong Kuya Mike sa programa po natin sa araw na ito. Magkasama-sama po tayo hanggang alas 10 ng gabi. At siguro na-experience nyo kanina, sa buwan ng Hunyo, ang unang bunsod ng, hindi nga nag-amber ba siya? Nag-amber siya.
Nag-amber tapos nag-red.
Pero maikling panahon lang po from amber to red.
Oo, tapos nag-amber ulit, tapos nawala.
Matagal yung red. Medyo matagal-tagal yung
so
red.
Okay lang.
Nasa loob ka na naman dito. Nandito ka na, no?
No. Wala ako na afternoon.
Wala pa?
Oo. Friday ngayon eh.
Biyernes ngayon. So, si
McCurves,
si
tapos
McCurves pala
si
nag-act.
Vinny.
At saka si Vinny.
Oh, and speaking of Vinny, he's coming back.
Yes.
Kabanyan.
Vince O'Brien's coming back at 9 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Unahin muna natin ang ating mga kaganapan. Weather ang pag-uusapan. Maulan pa rin po bukas. High chance of rain tomorrow. Inaasahan na 27 to 31 degrees. Humidity po ay 75 to 95%. Inaasahan din po ang pagbulusok ng ulan pero hindi na siya ganoon kalakas. At hindi na rin po malawak ang kanyang pag-ulan. Inaasahan na medium ang tsansa ng pag-ulan sa linggo. Temperatura 28 to 32 degrees. 70 to 90% humidity. Pagdating naman po ng Hunyo, 17, 18, inaasahan na titila na po ang ulan. Pabugso-bugso na lamang po siya. At inaasahan na sa pagitan po ng 29 hanggang 33 antas sentigrado. At ang humidity po natin ay nasa 65 to 90%. May 65 in June. Hindi yan Okay, unang 4 na araw. Susunod na 4 na araw, almost nasa huling bahagi na po tayo ng ating programa. Inaasahan po na... Okay. Next week ito, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Akala ko next week ako magtatrabaho Mali pala. Hanggang Sabado po pa. Hindi. Meron na naman kasi akong hosting sa 24. Anyway. Kalagayan ng panahon sa 19, 20 at 21 ng Hunyo. Inaasahan po ang temperatura ay nasa pagitan po ng 28 hanggang 32 antas sentigrado. At ang humidity po natin ay nasa 70 hanggang 90%. At ang panghuli po natin, 22 antas sentigrado ng Hunyo. Almost on the final stretch na po tayo ng Hunyo. At inaasahan ng ating temperatura ay nasa pagitan po ng 28 hanggang 32. At ang humidity po natin ay nasa pagitan po ng 70 hanggang 90%. Yan po ang kalagayan ng ating panahon sa darating pong 8 araw. Pagbati lang po natin sa ating mga kasama, Jasmine Asis, kasama po natin si Danya, si Tita Maylene, and of course, your very, very much lovely, lovely daughter. Si Mariket Arguello, kasama rin po natin ngayon. Si Tita Dory, TGIF, lovely Friday evening. Kamusta dyan sa Laguna? Si Tita Helen Caimo, kasama rin po natin. Tita Edna, all the way from Milan, Italy. Buonasera, mi amigo, mi amici. It's 24 degrees and mostly cloudy in Milan with a cup of cafe macchiato. Diba? Ano ba masarap na tinapay? Biscotti.
Depende.
Actually, to be honest, yung sorry pasintabi lang mga nasa Italia. Hindi masarap ang Italian bread.
Really?
Yeah. It's hard as a rock. Tita Gertrudes, kasama po natin. Pero definitely, pasta. Muy bueno.
Pizza.
Okay na. Anong pizza?
Yeah, it's bread.
Oo. Pero grabe yung nila yung tawag dito? Yung kainan nila Especially in the evening.
Oh, yeah,
oh my God, ang kain yan. I have a story of that. Pagbati natin kay Lucencia Payumo, hello po, magandang gabi. Tita Gertrudes, hello. Si Sheila Kaya, Aquamarine Lychee Cook, Gloria, Tita Josie na Imagnaravi, Malu Estacio, Marie Mars Osares, at si Rosny Baghir. Kasama rin po natin nakikinig na kaagad si Ate Len.
Si Ate Len. Hello, Ate Len. Ate Len, lumabas na si Jin. Let's go. BTS Army.
BTS rin ba si Ate Len?
Ay, nilaglag. Hindi ko alam. I mean, Ate Len, tama ba?
Kasama rin po natin si Ana Galientes Vertodazo from Dubai. Hello sa iyo dyan. Ana Vertodazo, parang kailan lang namalayan ko, 7 years na pala ako dito. Wow. True yan, Kuya Mike. Di masarap ang tinapay nila. See?
Grabe naman.
Hindi talaga masarap. Alam mo, pwede mo siyang pwede mo siyang hawakan ng ganon. Tapos ibato mo siya.
Hindi ba cheese sticks yun?
Hindi, talagang matigas talaga siya.
Italian bread types. Focaccia is good.
Focaccia is good.
Ooh.
Definitely.
Ciabatta.
Hindi, focaccia is good, pero in majority ng tinapay nila, it's not like the French.
Panettone. Napapatingin tuloy ako ng mga
Diyos maray banggi sa Indogabos, sabi ni Marlot Ferval. Ano yan? Pagbati ng ng mga Bicolano.
Ooh.
Ayun nga, sabi ni Tito Len, no?
Maray
Forever and ever.
Army. Amen.
Oo, Army.
Diba? Kailangan malaman ko sinong bias. Ate Len, sinong bias mo?
Magkakabukuhan niya yan. Nasa bahay na kaya siya? Nasa bahay na yan.
Pwede naman manood habang Basta wag lang
Nung binati natin
stop.
siya kahapon, apparently, she was just going up the MTR.
Wow.
Yes. Panettone, slightly lang masarap.
So, what do you mean slight lang masarap?
Ang masarap lang talaga sa mga Italiano, yung kanilang,
Pizza.
Hindi. Na-experience ako dyan.
Ayun.
In Rome. So we found this place just next to the Valentino showroom, right just above the Spanish Steps. So, ako daw ang bias niya.
Yon! Tama! Tama
Para
yan.
hindi mabuko kung sino yung bias niya. Anyway, so, nakakita kami, it was an old hotel, it was an old nunnery. Tirahan ng mga nuns. Kinonvert siya into a boutique hotel. So, nagtanong kami sa concierge, saan ba masarap kumain ng dinner?
Okay.
So, tinuro kami. You just go up the steps, just go down and turn, make a U-turn and then go up. There's this small little place there. Sabi ko, okay, sige, doon tayo kumain. Okay. So, we went. Ito nakakatawa ngayon. Pagdating namin doon, the wrong decision to make them decide what your
For
meal
you.
will be.
Okay.
Oo. Sabi niya. Umpisa pa lang, kailangan may salad. Masarap yung salad.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Tapos sabi niya.
Appetizer.
Yes. Meron silang platter. They have a platter.
Charcuterie board.
Ha?
Hindi, French pala yun.
They have a platter of pasta. Ganito kalaki yung platter. Ganyan. Parang bandehado sa atin. Ano?
Ay, yung
nilalagyan ng pansit. Hindi. Ganito siya. Oval shape siya.
Okay.
So, okay, sabi niya, sige, you decide.
Mm-hmm.
Ganun siya. Dumating yung bandehado, 3 iba't ibang pasta sa isang bandehado.
Okay.
So, variety siya.
Which is fine kung taster lang siya, right?
Hindi siya taster. Bandehado nga eh. Diba? 2 kami kumakain. At that time, that was my first time to go there. Well, hindi pa siya euro. Lira pa siya noon.
Lira pa.
So, milyon-milyon pa yung mga perang dala-dala mo. By the time we finished everything, malay ko ba, lumapit ngayon yung server. I'm sure, alam ni Tita Edna. Lumapit yung server sa akin. Sinabi sa akin, so what's for main dish? Ay, yung pagkain. Hanggang dito ka na eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
As Filipinos kasi hindi tayo appetizer.
Hindi, not only that. Italians eat their meal very slow. So they can start at 6,
like
they can end until 10.
Gusto ko ma-experience
Inom
yun.
lang siya ng inom ng wine.
Gusto ko yun.
Oo, wine lang ng wine.
Let's go.
So pagdating mo doon, di syempre, nagtinginan kami. Huh?
Kasi kailangan doon, kunyari, may appetizer kayo. Diba?
Salad eh.
Oh,
Salad.
so from the appetizer, dapat may wine din yun.
Oo.
And then you have your pasta.
Yes.
Ibang wine na naman
Iba na naman yun. No?
And then you need to have
kung
a meat.
let's say yung pasta mo is more seafood based, di kailangan white wine.
Oo.
Diba? Tapos pagdating mo nga doon sa main, normally steak yan eh.
Yeah, yung T-bone. Oh my gosh.
Nakakatawa because we were eating al fresco, 'di ba? So under the beneath
moonlight.
the moonlight. Pero nagtinginan kaming dalawa. Yung kain mo talaga, yung to the max na eh.
Oo.
Diba?
May
So,
tinapay pa dapat.
ang masakit doon, tinanong ka ngayon ng server, tinanong sa'yo, you don't like our food?
Nako! Offensive!
Okay.
Oo.
Okay.
So, nag-meet pa kayo?
Ha?
Nag-meet pa kayo?
Hindi na. Sabi ko, can we just, nag-reverse kami. Can we have soup?
Para lang may...
Para lang ma-push lang siya pababa.
Oh.
Kasi yung pasta naman, mabigat na yun eh. Malay ko
Nag-dessert ba kayo?
Ha?
Nag-dessert?
Kailangan ka pa rin mag-dessert kasi kompleto dapat yun. Hindi. We had...
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. I'm not a guy who loves tiramisu eh. Pero that tiramisu was...
Authentic, masarap.
Va bene.
So, since we're talking about food, anong dinner nyo?
Biyernes ngayon, anong dinner nyo?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Anong dinner nyo?
Anong dinner nyo?
My golly.
Di ba?
Saya naman.
So, mag-ingat ho kayo. Ay siguro, ang ating kasamang si Tita Edna will attest to that. Di ba?
Unless on diet yan.
Ewan ko. Yun, mahirap mag-diet sa
Sa Europe.
Pero the only thing I can say is that sa sobrang tagal namin doon, when we found out na we were in Rome na eh. Wow. Diba? We were in Rome na. Yun yung last stop namin. When we got there, okay, yun yung medyo, anong tawag dito? Nakahanap kami ng Chinese food. Yun na. Yung Chinese food. Kanin.
So weird.
Asian.
I mean, how about risotto though?
Hindi kasi yung risotto is iba, mabigat kasi ang risotto di ba? Risotto is very, very heavy. I can only say that. So, anyway, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating programa at ito nga na ibabahagi na sa atin ni
Tito Doris.
Ni Tita Dory. Saan na ba 'yon? May balita po ako doon sa mga kasamahan po natin na unfortunately na damay po doon sa nadamay po doon sa sunog sa Kuwait. That's really, really very sad. Gusto ko lang basahin nito ha. Itong ito yung mga nakukuha po nating mga press releases mula sa Department of Migrant Workers sa Pilipinas at napakaganda po nitong opportunity na ito. Mensahe po ito ng kasalukuyang Secretary of Migrant Workers na si Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak sa ika-29 na taong pagdiriwang ng National Migrants Day. Naginanap po ito June 7. Gusto ko lang pong basahin po ito. Isang maalab at mainit na pagbati sa lahat. Maligayang araw ng mga manggagawang Pilipino sa ibayong dagat. Sa espesyal na araw na ito, ipinapaabot po ng Department of Migrant Workers at ang DMW, ang tahanan ng mga overseas Filipino workers sa pamahalaan, ang aming taus-pusong pagpupugay at pasasalamat sa bawat isa sa inyong mga bagong bayaning Pilipino. You are our modern-day heroes who, with unwavering dedication and sacrifice, build a brighter future, not just for yourselves and your families, but also for your beloved country. This year's theme, Bagong Bayani, Kaagapay sa Bagong Pilipinas, reflects your vital role in building a brighter future for your families. Bagong Pilipinas envisions a future where Filipinos, whether at home or abroad, can thrive and reach their full potential. From the bottom of our hearts, we acknowledge the personal sacrifices you make, such as being away from your loved ones, and for this we commit to working tirelessly for you. The DMW is your home in government. Ito ang inyong tahanan ng mga OFW sa pamahalaan. Ang DMW is here, or the DMW is here for every single step of the way. And we are committed to strengthening our programs and services to protect your rights and ensure your welfare. We will work tirelessly to build and upgrade your skills, provide legal and welfare assistance when needed, and support your reintegration into the national stream or mainstream when you decide to return home for good. Sa araw na ito, pinagdiriwang natin hindi lamang ang inyong mga tagumpay, kundi pati na rin ang inyong lakas ng loob, pagpupunyagi at determinasyon. Bawat isa sa inyo ay nagsisilbing inspirasyon namin sa lahat ng aming mga gawain. Tandaan, kasama ninyo kami sa DMW at ang inyong tahanan ng OFW sa pamahalaan. Sa inyong adhikain, maitaguyod ang inyong mga pamilya tungo sa magandang kinabukasan ng bagong Pilipinas na mapayapa at masagana. Mabuhay po kayong lahat, aming mga bagong bayani, kaagapay ng bagong Pilipinas. Yan po ay mensahe ni Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak at ito po ay tungkol nga sa pagdiriwang ng noong Hunyo 7, araw ng mga migrante. Unfortunately, recently meron pong nangyaring mabigat, no? Ito po ay sa Kuwait po ito, no, ha? Itong balita na ito, lumabas po ito ika-13 ng Enero ng buwan na ito. The Department of Migrant Workers, through its Migrant Workers Office in Kuwait, reports 11 overseas Filipino workers were affected in a fire that broke out in a building housing foreign workers early Wednesday morning. In a report sent by the Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak, MWO Kuwait says 3 of the 11 are safe and accounted for, while another 3 are in hospital, 2 under intensive care, recovering from injuries. The status of 5 of the other OFWs are still pending confirmation from hospital authorities. Secretary Kakdak instructed MWO Kuwait to stay in touch with hospital authorities until they can fully ascertain the status of the 5 unaccounted OFWs. He likewise directed MWO Kuwait and the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Welfare Office in Kuwait to see to the immediate needs of the 6 other OFWs. The fire was reported to the fire department at around 4:30 a.m. Sa kalagitnaan po ito ng tulog ng mga kababayan po natin doon, no? Miyerkules po ito, June 12. Sa ganap po na 9:30 ng umaga sa Maynila. In Mangaf, a coastal city south of the Kuwait city. As of late night, Kuwait Interior Minister reported that at least 49 people were killed, with scores injured. The MWO Kuwait, in coordination with the Philippine Embassy in Kuwait, will continue monitoring the situation, updating the DMW head office as necessary. Nakakalungkot naman pong malaman po yung pangyayaring ito sa naganap po sa mismong araw po ng ating pagdiriwang ng ating kalayaan. Ang follow-up po niyan, ayon sa Department of Migrant Workers, kinumpirma na po na 30 overseas Filipino workers ang namatay sa gitna po ng sunog ng tinitirahan po nilang gusali noong Miyerkules ng umaga at 12 po ng Hunyo 2024. Ayon kay Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak, ang 3 po ay namatay dahil sa smoke inhalation, na kung saan sila po ay parte ng grupo ng 11 OFWs na nagtatrabaho po sa isang at parehong Kuwait construction company na doon po yung kanilang tinatawag na staff headquarters sa building na iyon. 2 pong OFWs ay kasalukuyang nasa ospital pa rin at nasa critical na kondisyon. At yung 6 naman po ay sila po ay nasa mabuting kalagayan at wala pong nangyari sa kanila. Ayon kay Secretary Kakdak, kanya po ay in-instruct ang Migrant Workers Office ng Kuwait at ang Overseas Workers Welfare Administration na makipag-koordina sa Philippine Embassy ng Kuwait sa pangunguna po ni Ambassador Jose Cabrera para sa repatriation ng mga labi ng ating mga kababayang namatay. Ayon kay Kakdak at kay OWA Administrator Arnel Ignacio, na personal na sila po ay nakikipag-ugnayan sa mga pamilya ng mga OFWs na bumilang po ng 11. We are in touch with the families of the affected OFWs, including the families of those in critical condition and the families of the 3 fatalities. 6 of them are now safe and provided with their immediate needs. We will provide all the necessary assistance and support to the OFWs and their families in this difficult time, as directed by the President. Ito ay ayon kay Secretary Kakdak. Kuwait authorities reported that the fire started at 4:30 in the morning, which is 9:30 Manila time, in the building that served as a housing and dormitory facilities to foreign workers employed by the Kuwaiti construction company. The building is in Al-Mangaf, a coastal city south of Kuwait. The Kuwait Interior Ministry confirmed that 49 people have died. Alam mo, nakakalungkot po ito, no? Sa mga sitwasyon na ito, magbigat man natin isipin ang kalagayan ng mga OFWs. Dito, siguro masasabi natin medyo maganda pa ang pangangalaga ng mga OFWs dito, no? Kasi meron talagang may kontrata, may sinusunod na meron kayong
may panghahawakan.
May panghahawakan po kayo, meron po kayong maliban doon is meron po kayong healthcare. Ito man ay maging insurance healthcare or ito man ay insurance healthcare or private or public, 'di ba? Kasama po kayo doon. No, dito talaga kung tutuusin covered po kayong lahat. No? In fact, gusto ko pong i-share sa inyo. Kasi marami sa ating mga kababayan na nagsasabi na may mga insurance, no? May mga insurance normally na hindi maganda. 'Di ba?
Because yung coverage hindi
correct,
naman lahat.
Hindi kaaya-aya yung coverage, 'di ba?
Yes.
At sinasabi nga na yung insurance na 'yon is hindi tama talaga siya. No? So, paano ba masasabi na yung insurance na meron ka, okay, is tama or kaaya-aya talaga sa kondisyon mo? Right? And yun po yung dapat nating alalahanin, na meron talaga dapat na basihan yung yung insurance na yon, no? Pag meron po kayo nun, if you have that particular insurance, then pabor para sa inyo yun. No? And doon sa sitwasyon na yun, kinakailangan na yun po yung coverage. Kasi may mga iba na sobrang mura kasi nung coverage. Sobra talaga mura nung coverage. No? Pabalikan po namin kayo when at i-enumerate po natin ano yung mas maganda para sa inyo.
Metro Plus weather.
Mainly cloudy with a few showers, more showers with thunderstorms tomorrow. Showers will be heavy at first. Temperatures will range between 27 and 31 degrees. Moderate to fresh southwesterly winds, occasionally strong on high ground at first. Relative humidity stands at 78%. For the outlook, there will still be showers on Sunday. Showers will ease off gradually in the following couple of days, and it will be very hot during the day. And that's the weather from Metro Plus, your connect.
Your grades don't define you. Everyone can carve out a niche for themselves. Have you thought about the Diploma of Applied Education program? The program incorporates vocational education and training and prepares students for employment and further studies. The qualification is comparable to a Level 2 standard in 5 subjects in the HKDSE, including Chinese and English. The enrollment has started. Visit dae.edu.hk for details and applications.
Nowadays, with the fast pace of life, you need a partner that is reliable, dependable, and most especially will be with you every step of the way. Public Finance with 22 branches to serve you, guiding you through with up to $60,000 loan amount with fast and easy processing, plus incentives on their customer get customer as well as their easy loan transfer program. All that with Public Finance that has served the Filipino community faithfully for over 30 years. For more details, call 2522-4067. Terms and conditions apply. To borrow or not to borrow. Borrow only if you can repay.
Yung pinag-uusapan namin no. Balik po tayo sa ating programa no. Ito yung insurance na sinasabi ko. This is under AXA or AXA General Insurance para sa mga OFWs. Normally, itong insurance na ito sa isang OFW, it covers the whole 2-year contract. Okay? It covers the whole 2-year contract. So, sa 2 taon nyo pong kontrata, covered po kayo. This is just a sample, para at least alam nyo po ito. Nagkakahalaga po ito ng 1,080 Hong Kong dollars. So, kung i-split po natin siya into 2, diba? Into 2 years, mga 500 po siya. Ang benefit po nito, meron po siyang fidelity guarantee. I'm not so sure what fidelity guarantee means, but I can only say that that covers about 8,000 per year. Meron din dito, under this insurance policy na ito, may loan protection. So, ibig sabihin nun, kung meron kang loan, may coverage siya na insurance na 10,000 per year. So technically, it can cover your 2 years, di ba? Kasi kung 20,000 ang aanuhin mo. Ayun na nga. Ay hindi, malay ko kung ano yung insurance niya, di ba? Hindi ko naman masasabi yun. Okay. Tapos meron din dito yung tinatawag nating hospital cash subsidy. Meron siya 200 per day or a maximum of 6,000 per year. Tapos may rehiring expenses. Kung let's say yung amo, ni-rehire ka o ni-recontract ka, kung ano man yung mai-incur nun, pwede ka mag-claim. At a maximum of 10,000 per year. So roughly, mga 20,000 sa 2 taon. Kasama din dito po yung repatriation expenses. Pagpapabalik po sa inyo. No? Meron po siyang maximum of 20,000 per year. Maliban dyan, meron din personal accident insurance. Kung sakali may mangyari dun sa kababayan po natin, no, meron po siyang 100,000 per year.
Wow!
Sa accident insurance. No? Okay? Sandali. Tumatawag na yung aking...
May tumatawag sa inyo. Sino yan?
Hindi, ito yung ating guest.
Hindi pwede. Nasa, charot. Sige. Hindi, ako na. Sige. Sige, ako dyan.
Okay. Ay, nandito yung sa akin yung kopya ko eh.
Saan siya tumatawag? Sino ba yan?
Sa WhatsApp siya tumatawag eh. Baka nandyan na sa salag siguro sa labas. Pakicheck mo na.
Okay. Sige.
Pakicheck mo na lang. So, balikan natin po yung ano natin. No? So, may repatriation expense na 20,000 per year. Meron pong personal liability na 100,000. No? Personal liability po ito. Kung sakaling may mangyari po sa inyo. Meron din pong personal accident of 100,000 per year. At meron din emergency dental. May dental Huwag niyo kalilimutan to. 200 sa bawat visit. At meron siyang maximum of 2,500 per year. So kung kasama dun sa bunot na 600, kasama na yun. Meron din po siyang outpatient expenses. Outpatient, bone setter, 500 Hong Kong dollars, 100 per visit per day. Meron namang outpatient na 200 per visit per day. Meron din po siyang outpatient coverage na 4,000 per year. Merong day surgery. So sakaling kailangan po kayo ng minor operation, 7,500 ang coverage po niyan. Tapos, okay. At kasama din dyan yung sa surgical expenses, meron 15,000 Hong Kong dollars per operation. Tapos meron din room and board, meaning sa hospital na yan, na 300 per day, 350 per day. Hospital surgery expenses, meron po siyang 30,000 per year, at yung employer's liability. Okay? In the event. So, ibig sabihin nun, pwedeng i-cover siya. Depende po dun sa insurance, no, na ipinapalabas. Ngayon, ano po yun? 100 million per event. Yung 100 million na yan is just a maximum coverage. Pinapalabas po yun dun sa insurance na yun. Ngayon, gusto ko lang paalalahanan ang ating kasama. Okay? Paalalahanan ng ating kasama na itong insurance na ito, vital po siya. No? Itong insurance na tinatawag na 100, no? Na 1,080. Let me check. 1,080. Yung insurance po na ito ay para sa, technically, sa inyong mga kababayan. May mga iba dyan, mas mura pa. Yung mas mura na yon, medyo gusto ko lang pong paalalahanan sa mga kasama po natin. Yun sometimes, hindi po kayo maximum covered. In fact, ito, nakita ko pa, may dental pa pala ito. So, pwede palang i-reimburse yung 200 or 6,500 sa isang taon. So, kung magpapabunot ka, sabay-sabay mo na yung bunot. No? Sabay-sabay mo na yung bunot. Ewan ko ba, ano ba meron sa atin na mas ayaw nyong papastahan, mas gusto nyong pabunot yung ngipin nyo? Di ba? Parang ganun yun eh. Ano bang meron nun?
Hindi, kasi kapag pinastahan, minsan kasi they don't really know how to take care of their tooth. So,
sino hindi marunong mag-take care ng tooth? Yung may-ari ng ngipin.
Yung may-ari ng ngipin. So, hindi katulad kapag binunot mo na, wala nang problema.
Okay. Ito na, sagutin mo na lang ito. Para mas mabilis. Pasensya na ho kayo ha, dalawa lang ho kami kasi dito eh. So, yung sinasabi ni Tita Alpha, nagpa-check up ako sa sanitarium na ay 680. 200 Hong Kong dollars ang binalik ng insurance. So yan, kagaya niyan, no? May coverage siya na 680. So gusto ko lang pong paalalahanan na kinakailangan meron po kayong mandatory po yung insurance. Okay? So mandatory yung insurance. Pag mandatory po yung insurance, ang ibig sabihin niyan, okay? Ayan, sa akin po, walang dental kasama. So yun, kagaya niyan, di ba? Walang dental yung kasama. So mahirap po yung mga ganyan. Kasi may mga mura talagang yung sinasabi nila, sige, kung ano na lang dyan, basta mura lang yung kukunin mo pa sa akin. No? And based on that scenario, it's very, very difficult na makover po kayo. No? Alanganin po yung magiging sitwasyon nyo kung sakali man yun ang mangyari. Kasi nga, why am I saying na alanganin? Kasi kaya yung iba sa inyo, nagsi-self-medicate na lang kasi hindi kayo properly covered. No? Itong binabahagi po nating insurance na ito, this can be used for private and public. Siyempre, kung sa public, mas murang babayaran ninyo. Kasama na rin po doon yung no? Kasama na rin po doon yung gamot kung sa public po kayo pupunta. Sa private, yes, kasama rin po yung gamot, pero normally, yung mga gamot na binibigay sa pribado po is limited only for 3 days. Kailangan po kayo bumalik. So kung kayo po ay, niresitahan ng may kasama pong antibiotics, sabit-sabit po kayo dun sa antibiotics, di ba? Kasi hindi siya magtutuloy. Sabi nga ni Tita Alpha dito, yung mga check, nakapangalan naman kay amo. Yes, that is true. Nakapangalan sa amo niyo po yun. Kasi sila po ang may nagbayad po ng insurance na yon. Pero yung insurance itself, nakapangalan po sa inyo. So yung mismong broker na nagbabayad po ng insurance, nag-offer doon sa amo niyo ng insurance, ang kilala po yung amo ninyo kasi sila po yung nagbabayad doon. Now, in terms of claim, di ba, kagaya na sinasabi kanina ni Tita, ni Tita Alpha, na kunyari 680 yung binayad. Tapos, ano yung sinabi mo, Tita Alpha? So, 680 na binayad. Nasaan na ba yun? Nung inano ni Tita Alpha dito. Ayun, 680 yung sa sanitarium. Mahal talaga naman sa Hong Kong sanitarium. 200 ang binalik. Right? Kasi ang maximum mo doon sa insurance is 200 lang per day, per visit. Kung pumunta ka sa isang mas, siguro sabihin na natin mas mababang, hindi naman sabihin natin mas mababang antas, hindi naman maganda yung, hindi maganda yung serbisyo. Hindi. Mas mababa yung antas, pero ang serbisyo niya ay okay pa rin. Di ba? Maaaring ang sisingilin sa'yo doon is about siguro 350 to 400. So, ang ma-recover lang nyo doon, yung 200. Pero syempre, kasama po yung doon, no? Yung inyong gamot. Base doon sa gamot, kaya nga yung ginagawa ng pribadong mga, mga doktor, kadalasan po ng ginagawa po nila, lalo na kung antibiotics po ang binibigay sa inyo, is pinababalik po kayo after 3 days para makomplete nyo po yung isang linggong antibiotics. No? Hindi ho pa pwede na pagkatapos ng 3 araw, ayaw nyo nang bumalik dahil okay na kayo. It's not good to do that because yung antibiotics na yun is not working properly kasi hindi nyo sinunod yung mismong procedure ng pag-inom ng antibiotics. Okay? Sa akin po, kasama po ang dental. Yan, si Tita Josie. Sabi ni Tita Josie. Sabi ni Tita Joy dito, nagpabunot po ako last Sunday kasi natipak na yung sa gitna at hanging na. Yun na nga. Kung hindi nyo maalagaan yung mga ngipin nyo, talagang ganun. No? Kami naman, Aeon. 1+ kami, sabi ni Marilu Vichara. So, ang masasabi ko lang po, you can actually also, personally pwede po kayong pwede po kayong kumuha din ng additional insurance para sa inyo. And in fact, maganda po yun if you get your additional insurance. Yung additional insurance na yan, normally itong mga insurances na ganito, these are what we call term insurance. Na pagkatapos po ng kaganyan, di ba? Isang kontrata, isang insurance, kayo covered po kayo. So after ng 2 years ng kontrata ninyo, stop na yon, kukuha na naman ng panibagong insurance. And most often than not, kung hindi ho kayo nagki-claim sa loob po ng panahon, let's say, ng 2 taon o 3 taon, hindi ho kayo nagki-claim, bumababa yung premium nyo, hindi tumataas. Nananatili po siya doon sa lugar na yon. Sabi nga ni Charlene dito, sa human health is 500 kasi senior daw ako. Then, yung resibo, bibigay ko sa amo, then babayaran nila ako at sila ang maghintay sa insurance. Yung dental naman po ay may half na bibigay ng insurance. No? So, kailangan po yan. Ako, I personally believe, even sa Pilipinas, kahit sabihin na natin sa PhilHealth, the PhilHealth is not really going to cover all your expenses. Meron po siyang, they say na yung coverage po nila is much greater now compared to what it was before, no? Dahil may kino-cover na sila kahit na may mga pre-existing condition. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng pre-existing condition? Ang ibig sabihin ng pre-existing na bago kayo naging parte ng insurance na yon, meron na kayong sakit, let's say hypertension, may sakit na po kayo sa whatever yung sakit nyo before kayo nag-apply ng insurance. No? Kadalasan kasi, depende sa edad, normally as you grow older, they make sure that meron po kayong medical na chine-check. Kasi ang gagawin nila po doon is you will not be covered for your existing sickness na. Yun, kailangan bayaran nyo po yun off-pocket. Kaya nga mas mabuti habang bata pa ho kayo. No? Ito, nire-remind ko lang, yung mga baguhan dito, and if you're within the age of 25 to 30, you sign up na kaagad para mas mabuti po para sa inyo. Okay? Kasi kung hindi, kayo rin po ang mahihirapan at the end of the day. Yun ang pinaka-importante po doon na dapat nyong gawin. Sabi nga ni Nancy dito, no? Nancy said here, Sir, sa akin, kinunan po ako ng amo ko ng UMP Medical Service under Allied World Assurance Company Limited, no? And libre po yung consultation at gamot, no? So ito muna, libre or meron siyang maximum? Baka sinasabi mong libre dahil amo mo yung may hawak nitong ano na ito. Sabi ni Verly naman dito, ako po, pabunot po ako ng ngipin, 2,500 ang bayad. Sobrang man, klaseng ngipin yun.
Grabe naman. Ang pinakamahal dapat 500 lang.
Ah,
Ay, my bad. Kasi may naririnig ako, di ba, mga
yes,
400.
pakinggan mo muna to.
Oh.
Nagpabunot siya ng ngipin, 2,500 daw yung bayad. Pero ni-refund daw sa kanya, 1,300. Pero binigay ni madam ko, binigay sa akin, 1,500. Alam nyo, utakan nyo yung amo nyo.
Nako.
Kunan nyo kaagad sila ng pera.
Oo.
Wag ho kayong babanat doon sa sitwasyon na kayo yung mag-a-advance. Kasi at the end of the day, pakautakan din kayo ng amo nyo eh.
Oo,
hindi ibalik yung pera sa inyo eh.
Ay, hindi. Included na yun doon sa sweldo nyo. Di ba usually ganun?
Oo, may mga ganun eh. Sabi ni Tita Josie dito, nirenew ng amo ko yung insurance ko bago ako nag-process ng bagong kong kontrata. In fact, yan po yung medyo mabigat din, ano? Because you have to understand na kung kayo po ay 60 and above, hindi na talaga kayo covered.
Special na yun eh.
Yes, special na po siya. No? Sabi ni Tita Joy, private po yun, Kuya Mike.
Yung alin?
Ha? Ayaw mo ko kung anong sinasabi niyang private.
Lahat naman ng
Hindi,
dentist is private, right? Well,
Hindi, may mga may mga dentista na public dentists.
Okay.
Pero ngayon, meron na nga daw kakulangan. Yun ang sabi I don't know kung totoo yun.
Gusto ko sana mag-apply pero ayoko ng dugo eh.
Na ano, pagiging dentista? Hindi ko makikita yun. Yung
wala kayong trust sa akin.
Hindi wala akong trust sa'yo. Wow. Wala akong trust sa pakiramdam mo.
Iba pala yung nabunot ko, no?
Baka ingrown yung nabunot mo. Sabi ni Tita Alpha, 600 pabunot kay Dr. Cheng. Sino yan? Okay. Sa may Maxi Mall sa City Garden.
Alam nyo, ang maganda, ilista nyo yung mga pinupuntahan nyo.
Yes, tapos padalhin nyo sa amin.
Gawin nating directory.
Correct.
Para at least hindi kayo dumadayo ng malayo.
Pero ano hindi pwede yung, let's say, nagpapabunot kayo yung sa mga hotel kasi may nahuli na eh. Sa Indonesian.
Ay,
totoo yun,
diba
sa Indonesian.
dati din yung parang sila yung nagbe-braces.
Yung sa Indonesian.
What do you mean nasa hotel sila?
Meron silang, yung clinic nila nandun sa hotel na yun. Oo, gumagawa sila nun. Yung bunot-bunot na ganun.
Scary.
Sabi Tita Ada, bunot ng wisdom tooth ko mahal. Ay, wisdom tooth yan eh.
Hindi, iba kasi yung wisdom tooth talaga.
Iba
ano
yun.
yan?
Kasi nasa loob-looban
Surgery yun eh.
Oo. Kaya kino-cauterize yun.
What is cauterize?
Yung merong forceps yun eh. 'Di ba? Depende yun sa
kung paano
posisyon
yung
ng ano mo.
ganun.
Kasi kung diretso siya na ganito, okay siya, madali siyang bunutin.
Okay.
Pero kung nakaslant siya ng ganun, sabit ka nun. Kailangan yun, anuhin yung gums mo. Bubuksan yung gums mo.
Tapos di ba i-slice pa nila yung ngipin mo. Tapos slowly.
Correct. Napaka-morbid natin ngayong gabi
Uy, pero kasi napapanood ko siya. It's fascinating to watch yung pero hindi yung totoong na nakatutok mismo. Yung mga digitalized lang.
Ano naman tong sinabi naman ni Tita Joy? 290 yung yung pinabunutan ko last.
Pero di pokpok.
Di pokpok.
Spelling.
Bakit di pokpok? Parang labo nun Ako, libre cleaning. Bunot ni Dr. C. Amo dental surgeon siya. Oh, okay. Hindi, bigay nyo sa amin yung mga para pag may nag-inquire sa amin, pwede namin i-refer.
Kung saan mas malapit sa inyo.
Correct. Ano sabi dito ni Lola ni? Shanaya.
Lola ni Shanaya. Hello po. Good evening. Wait lang.
Ako po, Kuya Mike, every time na ma-hospital, resibo agad hinihingi ni Amo sa akin. Kasi nire-refund niya sa kumpanya niya, sa office niya. Tapos, kung ma-hospital man ako, magpa-check up, ganun din. Yan. Napakagaan po ng kamay ni doktor. Sinong doktor yan? Nagpabunot po ako kay Drake Chan. 400 lang po ang bayad ko. Dito sa Mampo? Really? Saan sa Mampo? Wala. Makapuntahan nga yan. Ito kagaya nito ni Tita Josie, past 60 na siya. Kaya nga po, Kuya Mike, tinanong ko si Amo kung pipirma pa kasi mahal yung insurance ko. Sagot niya mo, I don't mind. Yan yung kasamahan po natin na past na po siya. Siya po ay lagpas na po ng 60. Mas mahal po talaga yung insurance na yun. Actually, wala na masyadong nagko-cover nun. I think yung coverage niya is definitely much higher and mas konti po yung kanilang coverage as far as that is concerned. Okay? So, nagre-ready na po tayo dito sa ating programa in about 5.5 minutes from now. Like I mentioned yesterday and this afternoon, na meron ho tayong guest. Yung magiging guest po natin is parang labas ko dito, parang apo ko na siguro to eh.
Actually, yun nga. Buti na lang sa inyo nang galing, hindi sa akin. Very good kayo dyan.
Anyway, nalaman ko lang yung kanyang adhikain. Ayan, napakalalim nun. Adhikain.
Nosebleed.
Baka mag-nosebleed dito yung kasama ko dito, ma'am.
O, hindi nyo sure.
Yung adhikain niya napakalalim po. Dahil sa murang edad na 13 taong gulang, nakita niya na po yung dami ng ating mga kababayan dito.
Yeah.
Which, bumibilang po siya ng mga higit kumulang 200,000. Yeah. And then by 16, siguro nakapag-isip-isip na siya, nakapag-ipon na rin siya, dahil, mamaya tatanungin natin yung magulang niya kung nanggaling sa allowance niya. Kung binabawasan na yung allowance niya, o baka naman meron siyang tinatawag na endowment fund, doon na tinatanggal na. Yun yung panimula nung kanyang...
Or may donation drives siya.
What struck me the most is yung pangalan nung kanyang
Uy, ang ganda. Oo.
Fulfills.
Very fulfilling.
Mamaya, alamin natin. Ha?
Very
very
diba?
fulfilling.
Yung play on words.
Correct. So, in fact, I listened to yung pinasa ko sa yung link. Diba? I listened to that particular thing, which is around 4 minutes or so.
4:27.
O yun, to be exact. Doon ko talaga naintindihan because when we were at the ball, diba, mahaba talaga yung presentation niya because that's where most of the target audience na sana mas sumama dun sa sa organization niya. Okay? So mamaya pag-uusapan natin diyan. So kung kayo naghahangad po kayong bumalik na mag-aral o medyo kinapos kayo sa pag-aaral dahil napilitan po kayong magtrabaho.
Family muna, yung ganyan.
Alam mo naman tayo, masyado tayo
very selfless.
Selfless.
Yes.
Oo. So sa ganung pagkakataon, siguro it's an opportunity na ito na po. Medyo meron na po siyang meron na siyang I think meron ka ng 2, 3, no? Scholars, no?
Marami.
13 na.
13 makikita natin yung pictures nila mamaya.
Mamaya.
Oo.
Parang nabigla ako dun kasi
13.
sabi ko 3. Because
kasi you have to scroll.
Yes, you have to scroll pala. Okay. Tuloy, nalalaman tuloy kung hindi ako
Hindi talaga
tech
nag-check.
savvy. Okay, confirmed na kasi lumabas na
Yung alin?
Lumabas na sa
sa
Instagram.
pahayagan.
Ikaw na mag-confirm.
My goodness. So lumabas na pa sa pahayagan. Si Direk din naman kasi yung nag-post.
Si Direk Cathy
Molina Sampana
Yes.
has posted on her Instagram that they're here.
Sila po yung nag-produce
ng Hello, Love, Goodbye. Ngayon, Hello, Love, Again. So we won't say much. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin kagabi. Pero we won't say much kung sino nandito. Okay, basta si Direk nandito. Si Alden nandito.
Kailangan sabihin mo na yun. Si Alden nandito.
Kung nasaan sila,
nasa akin yung schedule.
Ayan. Oo.
So pwede niyo akong tawagan pero hindi ko ibibigay sa inyo.
Hindi niya sasagutin. Block lahat kayo. Pero nandito sila for a very short while.
Very, very short. So kung makita
nyo sila. Kung saan man. Though I doubt.
Man sila. Ha?
Doubtful ako. Na
makikita nila. Kasi maulan
Yeah.
Maulan.
Tsaka layo-layo nung pinuntahan nila kanina.
Oo nga naman. Well, malay nyo, kasi bukas Sabado. Kung may mga lumalabas din ng Sabado
Ano ba yung schedule nila bukas?
Nasa akin yung schedule.
Kung binanggit nyo siya kahapon.
Hindi ko binanggit.
Sa akin.
Binanggit ko sa'yo kahapon. Maalala mo?
Meron. Feeling ko gabi yun.
Binibigyan mo sila ng
Hindi niyo sure.
Anyway, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating programa. 1 minuto bago tayo sumapit ng 9:00 ng gabi. Sa pagbabalik po natin, makalipas po ang ating balita.
Yes.
Kapanayan po natin yung, eto na, katabi ko na siya eh.
Oo.
Pero ayaw ko muna siyang, kasi kailangan
May surprise.
dramatic yung entrance. Okay, ang palit po ng piso laban sa Hong Kong dollar, ngayon po, Hong Kong to peso is 7.51. Okay, ang US dollar to peso is 58.62. Ang pound, 74.75. Ang Canadian is 42.85.
65.
65. Ang euro, 62.94. So kung kayo pa po ay magpapadala bukas,
Pwede.
sa amin nyo na lang ipadala. Kami na lang magdadala sa kanila.
Yes. O wala pa kayong cable charge.
Or i-donate nyo na lang sa Full Fields.
Mamaya. Oo.
Mamaya. Okay, kami po ibabalik. Makalipas ang balita.
Metro Plus, a service of Metro Broadcast. Now the news with Jeanette Gaius.
British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak warned that a vote for Nigel Farage's Reform UK party would hand electoral victory to Labour after a poll put the right-wing group ahead of Sunak's Conservatives for the first time. Farage is one of Britain's most recognizable politicians, best known for his decades-long and eventually successful crusade for Britain to leave the European Union. His Reform UK party began life as the Brexit Party in 2018, during the torturous negotiations on how Britain would leave the bloc. Farage's unexpected return to frontline politics has split support among right-of-centre voters, badly damaging Sunak's hope of winning an election he was already predicted to lose to the opposition Labour Party. That impact was shown in a YouGov poll on Thursday, which put Reform UK on 19%, up from 17% previously, and the Conservative Party unchanged on 18%. Labour, led by Keir Starmer, topped the poll with 37%. Finland now suspects that 4 Russian military planes violated the Nordic NATO country's airspace on June 10th. 3 more aircraft than previously thought, the Finnish border guard said in a statement. On Monday, the Finnish Defense Ministry said it suspected a single Russian military plane of violating the airspace above the Gulf of Finland for about 2 minutes. The Border Guard Agency said as the investigation progresses, it has become apparent that in addition to the 1 Russian plane reported earlier, there is also reason to suspect 3 other planes of territorial infringement. The 4 aircraft were believed to be 2 bombers and 2 fighter jets, reaching some 2.5 kilometers into Finnish airspace near the city of Lavisa. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's right-wing Likud party has reduced the gap behind the centrist party of former Minister Benny Gantz, who quit the wartime unity government Sunday. The polls for the left-wing Ma'arif Daily and the right-wing Israel Hayom newspaper showed Likud winning 21 seats behind the National Unity Party on 24th. The Ma'arif poll last week showed Gantz's party on 27 seats, while at the start of the year it was regularly polling in the high 30s. Ma'arif poll shows the current ruling coalition winning 52 seats in the 120-seat Knesset, against 58 for the main opposition parties, with a balance of 10 seats held by the United Arab List and the left-wing Hadash Ta'al alliance. The Israel Hayom poll put the coalition on 50 seats against 61 for the opposition parties and 9 for the UAL and Hadash Ta'al. Both polls showed a majority of voters would prefer Gantz as prime minister in a head-to-head choice with Netanyahu. However, the Israel Hayom poll showed that if former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett were to join forces with Avigdor Lieberman and Gideon Sa'ar, 2 other center-right politicians from outside the Likud camp, their alliance could beat both Likud and Gantz's National Unity Party. Germany wants to prevent the European Union's new tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles from coming into force or at least soften them. Chancellor Olaf Scholz's government has previously warned that the tariffs could hurt global trade and has talked up the prospects of the EU holding talks with Beijing towards an amicable solution by early July. Germany's economy minister Robert Habeck travels to China next week as part of efforts to reach a solution. Trade data shows Europe's auto industry had warned against imposing the tariffs, with German car makers the most exposed to any counter moves, as almost a third of their sales came from China in 2023. Demonstrators were due to rally in Athens to mark the anniversary of a shipwreck that killed hundreds of migrants off Greece and demand answers about the causes of the disaster and the fate of relatives. Up to 700 migrants from Pakistan, Syria, and Egypt were crammed in Libya into a fishing trawler bound for Italy. It capsized off southwestern Greece on June 14, 2023, even though the Greek Coast Guard had been monitoring it for hours. Some 104 survivors were rescued, but only 82 bodies were recovered. The catastrophe, one of the worst Mediterranean boat disasters on record, raised searching questions about how the European Union is trying to stem flows of migrants. Survivors and activists were planning rallies in Athens, London, Paris, and Berlin. In the Pakistani city of Lalamusa, victims' relatives prepared a memorial ceremony. Survivors say the Coast Guard caused the ship to capsize when it tried to tow the vessel in the early hours of the morning. Authorities say the movement of migrants on board tipped the overcrowded boat over.
Metro Plus weather.
Mainly cloudy with a few showers. More showers with thunderstorms tomorrow. Showers will be heavy at first. Temperatures will range between 27 and 31 degrees. Moderate to fresh southwesterly winds, occasionally strong on high ground at first. Relative humidity stands at 78%. For the outlook, there will still be showers on Sunday. Showers will ease off gradually in the following couple of days, and it will be very hot during the day. And that's the weather from Metro Plus, your connect.
Mosquitoes transmit diseases like dengue fever, Japanese encephalitis, and Zika virus infection. To prevent mosquito bites, make sure you get protected. Remember to wear loose, light-colored, and long-sleeved tops and trousers. Follow instructions and reapply DEET-containing insect repellent. Avoid staying in scrubby areas. If you feel unwell after traveling abroad, seek medical advice immediately and give the doctor your travel details. To know more, visit chp.gov.hk.
Now this is central Hong Kong on a Sunday, where unfortunately a lot of Filipino domestic workers do not have a proper resting place on their treasured days off. It is baffling that our kababayans, modern-day heroes, have to leave their families and still have to endure these conditions. Most OFWs flock to the streets like these, and while giving them a proper resting place would alleviate much of their struggles, we have the capacity to do more. By allowing OFWs to take up higher education, a large OFW issue is resolved, while allowing them to fulfill their aspirations in educational capacity. There are over 2.2 million OFWs in the world. 200,000 of those reside here in Hong Kong. About 10% of Hong Kong households has an OFW member. Out of these 200,000 domestic workers in Hong Kong, the majority do not have college degrees, and most are under the age of 40. Most of them gave up the opportunity to pursue college so that they can provide for their families at an early age. This is where Fulfill can fill the void. OFWs should not be restricted to their jobs and given the opportunity to pursue higher education.
This is why I founded Fulfill earlier this year. Online education is revolutionary, allowing students to study anytime, anywhere. So instead of spending their Sundays off in the streets of Central, our modern-day heroes can be more productive by pursuing higher education while still maintaining their own jobs. Fulfill intends to use a room in the Bayanihan Center, where students can share learnings. Similarly, when I visited the Bayanihan Center, I discovered that the demand for online college education was so high, yet no college courses were being offered.
This is the Bayanihan Center, a place where foreign domestic helpers can use for recreational activities.
Through a partnership with the Bayanihan Center, Fulfill will be able to use the Bayanihan Center's facilities for OFWs who want to learn together or those who simply do not have devices. This is an example of one of the classrooms here in the Bayanihan Center. Through your donations, Fulfill will be able to provide OFWs with higher education so that they can spend their Sundays more productively and have a brighter future.
While online education from the Philippines can be accessed anywhere, it is expensive at approximately $1,000 a year. OFWs cannot afford this as they also have to provide for their families back home. Fulfill is seeking corporate and individual donors, as well as online education providers, to provide for these scholarships. Fulfill will cover 50% of the tuition. We expect online education schools to provide a 30% scholarship discount. The rest, which is 20%, will be covered by OFWs themselves, so they can show personal commitment to this endeavor. With a minimum wage of approximately $600 a month, or $7,200 a year, each OFW would only be contributing approximately 5% of their own income. After their graduation, we expect their salaries to go up by at least 3 times. According to Hong Kong Business, fresh graduates in Hong Kong have an average salary of approximately $15,000 a month. As part of this pilot project, I hope to raise funds for 20 scholarships for 4 years, which is approximately $40,000. And thanks to the generosity of an early donor, 2 have already been fully funded. For the rest of the 18 scholarships, I'm looking for approximately $36,000. In the end, OFWs enrolled in the program and their families back home will be better off and more financially stable. Your generous support is of utmost importance so that our kababayans can fulfill their maximum potential, helping themselves and their families back home. This is only the beginning in changing the lives of OFWs. By next year, Fulfills is looking forward to expanding our reach by doubling the number of scholarships. I hope you can join me in this pursuit to help our modern-day heroes.
Ten minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Siguro ito yung youngest na guest natin dito, ano? Oh, sabi ni Jean. Would you say, no? He's the youngest?
He is. Oh.
He's the youngest. Sa araw na ito, kami po ay nagagalak. Siguro napanood nyo na po, no? Yung kanyang video. Pagpasensyahan nyo na ho. Kasi sa araw na ito, medyo hindi ho siya bihasa talagang magtagalog. Kinakabahan po siya. Ayoko naman po hawakan yung kamay niya sa harap ninyo. so bibigyan natin siya pagkakataon na to explain how he's actually come up with this particular project called Full Fills. Please welcome Emilio.
Thank you very much, Kuya Mike.
Oh yeah, Tagalog na yun ha, Kuya Mike.
yeah, that's enough, I think.
Okay, Emilio, let me ask you, how did this whole thing evolve, yung Full Fills? Nung umpisa ba, Full Fills na siya? You can answer me in English, ha? Okay lang.
Well, honestly, it started because I lived in the Philippines all my life, for 13 years. And then in 2021, my family and we moved to Hong Kong in the middle of the pandemic. And I wasn't really familiar with the concept of OFWs. I wasn't even aware of the term OFW. I think the most, I would just see it in the airport, in immigration, OFW line here. That's it. But I never even thought twice about it. And then on the streets of Central, even during the world's stringent lockdown, I would see thousands of domestic helpers on the streets of Central. And it made me question myself. I said, wait, they're Filipino. I'm also Filipino. But why are they here? Because I thought, as a Filipino, I was in a unique place in Hong Kong, surrounded by Chinese culture. But no, actually, every Sunday, there's like a little Philippines every week in Central. And so seeing our kababayans on the streets of Central, it made me ask, why are they here on the streets? And I soon learned that stigmatism is generated by a lot of Hong Kong society when they see OFWs on the streets like this. And in turn, it affects us Filipinos because they think, oh, Filipinos, those are the ones on the streets of Central. And that's all they remember. And so I wanted to think of ways as to how to uplift the lives of the Filipino, to provide them with an opportunity to hopefully be more than what they are now. Because a lot of the time, these domestic helpers, they're in their situation, not because they want to be, but because of the unfortunate reality of the lack of resources they're provided. So I want to be there for them, to provide those resources that they so need, to hopefully be whatever they want to be.
You're not a teenager that loves playing games electronically and all that stuff. Because ang isip mo ngayon is more of kapakanan, di ba? Or for the well-being of our kababayans.
Yes.
And what was that giant step and said, this is it. I'm putting my foot down and I'm going to do this.
Yeah. So after seeing Filipinos, OFW specifically, on the streets of Central, I wasn't familiar with them. So I began to ask questions like the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, right? And then after I did my research and found all of those out, I had to think of the how to uplift them, how to help them. And I found that the only and best way to do that is through education.
Was there any other choice aside from education? You really
yes.
pinned it to education.
Yeah. And for me, I've been blessed with an education, and so many of these domestic helpers haven't. Like my own yaya, she only went up to grade 6. And hearing her story made me question, why is it that I'm provided with an education and she's not? And so I want to fill that gap, hence fulfill the gap in their education and fulfill their educational requirements.
So what was the first step? Making the name. How did you choose the name Fulfills?
Well, after my research...
Was there any other names that came out?
Yes. Actually, to be very honest, I wanted Fulfill.
Oh, okay.
And then we tried to get SEC registered in the Philippines, and they were like, no, Fulfill is already taken, like I think you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So Fulfills, it became. And I think it works because a lot of people just shortcut the name Philippines for Fills.
Correct.
And the reason I came up with it is because during my research, I discovered that there are already a lot of organizations here in Hong Kong that support domestic helpers, whether it's like financial literacy or helping abused domestic helpers here in Hong Kong. But I wanted to make it clear that this organization that I'm starting is by the Filipino and for the Filipino. And that's why I wanted to make sure it was clear even in our name. And so I was thinking, Phil. Oh, what can I do with this? I googled what word has Phil in it, and I was like, oh, fulfill. And it's perfect because even when I was like writing my plan for fulfills, I was already putting fulfill a lot in the details and what I wanted to do, and so it worked out perfectly.
What a match!
Yeah.
What a match!
Tinder match.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know who JD Siendo is. May fan ka na. Sabi niya, we love you, Emilio. Oh, kita mo
Thank
yan,
you. Thank you. I love you too.
And what are those resources? Siyempre, it won't just come from, like I was mentioning earlier, it won't come from your endowment fund or your pocket. So how did you actually put together all these people or organizations to actually fund you?
Well, like everything, I had to start somewhere. And so I started with a plan. And I approached a lot of people. To be honest, I sent a lot of cold emails to a lot of organizations here in Hong Kong, to a lot of companies and institutions. And a lot of them read my email and didn't reply. A lot of them probably archived or marked it as spam. But eventually, I hit the jackpot with some of them. And some organizations and some institutions really saw our vision. And even despite us being a very young organization,
literally young organization,
literally young, like 1 month old actually, they were like, okay, I want to take a chance on this cause, and I'm very grateful for that.
And well, your name Baha carries a little bit of weight too. Because of your grandfather.
Yes.
Your grandfather was a former ambassador and a former permanent fixture in the United Nations. Did that give you some of the inspiration to create Fulfills?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I was surrounded by him, who would always tell me stories about his time working with the UN. And I would hear certain problems and issues going around in the world, but 6-year-old me couldn't care less, right? But as soon as I grew older, I kept hearing the same things, and I thought, wow, there are really so many issues and problems in the world. And the issues and problems that he was also focused on were about OFWs and Filipinos, not just in the Philippines, but around the world. And so I think that might have sparked something in me to also do what I'm doing now.
Wow. Okay. Kung may mga katanungan po kayo, follow the thread. Sabi nga dito ni RC Lagon Paray, wow, so brilliant idea, Emilio.
Well, you have one of the scholars are watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hazel.
Hazel.
Oh, Hazel.
Sabi niya dito.
Hi, Hazel.
The Wanderer, sabi niya. That's probably her name in Facebook. Hello, Founder Emilio. Founder Emilio.
Founder.
Kala ko Lauro yung umpisa mo ngayon. Ngayon, tatanggalin na natin
change
Lauro.
my name.
Ano na? Founder ka na.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on that, you did a presentation, of course, to different organizations and individuals. So far, maliho yung aking nakalap na impormasyon. 13 na pala ang scholars niya. Okay, let's go deep into that 13. How did you manage to actually get that funding right at an early stage?
Yeah. Well, like I was saying earlier, I really just had to blast emails out to everyone. I made a Fulfills primer, which is a long, like 15-page document.
Oh my goodness.
Like detailing the story, the facts, the plan, everything Fulfills in my vision. Even when we had $0 in our bank account. But I sent it along with an email to organizations and companies and foundations hoping to partner with us. And honestly, it took a while for a lot of organizations to see us. We were officially SEC registered in the Philippines, I think March 2023.
Okay, that was last year.
And I was sending emails March, April, May, June, July, August. I think our first donation only came in maybe October.
And this came from an organization?
From an individual.
Yeah.
And we really tried to leverage social media, especially in the digital age, to reach as many people as possible. And it also, I think, boosts our credibility. And so we were able to show this to different possible corporate sponsors and individual donors to say, hey, here are the OFWs on the streets. It's like a visualization of their situation, because also a lot of people in the Philippines aren't aware of how OFWs are on the streets every Sunday. And so I really wanted to make it my mission to show them the reality, and from that reality, I was hoping that they would believe in our cause in providing OFWs with education.
What did you learn within that 6 months period that no one was coming in and addressing your need?
Yeah.
What did you learn from there? I mean, it seems that you did not really give up.
Yeah.
Your persistence was getting, really stronger and stronger. I mean, for a young age like this who only thinks about games on your phone or Instagram or whatsoever.
Yeah.
What was your strength?
Yeah, well, Fulfills is my game. It's my video game. I play with it.
Well, who knows? It might be a video game.
Yeah, maybe in the future.
So that was it?
No, I think for me, I just had to think about why I was doing it. I thought of the different possible realities and the different futures I could provide for our potential scholars, which we had none of at the time. And I was thinking, if I could even just get one donation and put it towards one scholar, that's enough for me. I just want to do my part in my own way to help uplift the Filipino.
One small step.
Exactly. One small step for a man.
Well, it now is 13.
Yes.
So they've started already.
Yeah.
And what's the fulfillment like?
I think it's great. Well, now I'm living in the Philippines, but every time I come to Hong Kong, I see them, and like seeing their bright and happy and smiling faces, telling me, "Oh, naka 2 trimesters na ako." I'm like, "Wow, already." And just seeing...
Is there a specific course that they're actually taking?
Yeah. So anything from bachelor's in real estate management to bachelor's in financial management systems, like anything and everything you could possibly think of.
And this is all done online?
Yes, that's correct.
And which institution are you linked on to?
Currently, our first online education provider is AMA University.
Okay.
But we're excited.
Which is actually the first ever school that started as a computer school.
Yes.
A small computer school,
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're very happy to have them. And soon we're going to be partnering with other schools, like the Philippine Women's University and even the University of the Philippines through their program, Open University.
So now, what's next out of, if you're 13, what's the next objective? Because you were saying in the initial video that we actually showed, you were just saying, oh, siguro 3 lang or 4 lang muna, okay na, di ba?
Yeah.
Ngayon, 13 na eh.
Yeah.
So is there anything that will branch out of the 13, or you will just continue on?
I think for me, my goal now is to just maximize impact and see how many OFWs I can help and how many lives I can change. And so if that means adding more scholars, I'd be like, I'm not complaining. Give me all the scholars.
And the funding, of course.
Yes, and the funding.
Yeah.
Well, scholars can't come without funding. So, but I think in the future, we're also looking to branch out to other places, not just Hong Kong. Because after I learned about the significant presence of domestic helpers and specifically OFWs in Hong Kong, I also learned that they're also so very prevalent in other countries as well. For example, Singapore, for example, many places in the Middle East like Dubai and Saudi Arabia. And so if we can expand this mission and this dream to other countries, I'd be more than happy.
Okay, well, we have a listener already in Italy. We have a listener in Sweden who knows that could actually open the door.
Maybe you're our next scholar. Apply now.
I'd like to be able to, if Wanderer, or what's her name?
Hazel,
if you have the chance to, give us a call. Tawagan nyo kami sa 6641-8811. Nandito nga yung telepono ko eh. 6641-8811. Siya yung una di ba? Siya yung unang, is she the first?
She was part of our second batch.
Second batch na. Yeah. Or whoever is, sino man nakikinig sa atin. But if Hazel will be able to call us, we'd like to hear how she felt. Also, di ba?
Yeah, that would be great.
To be able to hear how she felt and all that stuff. Ito na, si Diane is asking, how do I apply?
Well, Diane, it's pretty simple. Just go to www.fulfills.org and you can click Be a Scholar, and there should be a form right at the bottom.
Just point down here.
Oh.
There. It's rolling now. It's scrolling. Right there.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. Okay. So, yun. Si Tita Edna in Milan is saying, here also in Milan. Yan na. Meron na. So, bumubukas na yung opportunity mo. Sabi niya dito, sabi ni Evangeline dito, Bopis, sabi niya, your goal, your determination to help other people and loving what you are doing is very rare. Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sa susunod, tatagalugin niya na yon.
Maraming salamat po.
Sabi ni Tita Gertrudes, may age limit ba ito? I'm interested to study again. Is there an age limit?
Here at Fulfills, we don't discriminate. Any age, any gender, anything.
Okay.
You may just see us at www.fulfills.org.
Okay, so just down there. Okay, sino pa ba dito? Remember my co-host, right?
Yes.
Corleen. Sabi niya, kudos, Emilio. You are such an inspiration. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So lahat ito, sabi naman ni Tita Josie, you're such a genius. Is that true?
Well, don't see my grades in school.
No. Wag nating pag-usapan yung grades. Yeah. Nandito si Mom and Dad. Okay. Yun ang sinasabi na paano bang mag-apply, just check out the Instagram, the Facebook, and the website right on our ticker para malaman niyo po siya. And like what we said, what's the next to this? Once they graduate, like you were explaining on one of your your presentation earlier, that it actually increases their opportunity to 3 times of what their basic salary is here.
Yeah.
Would they actually want to go home or go somewhere else? That's an opportunity that they have to venture in.
Yes.
No.
That's true.
So the inspiration is the seed that you place in front of them.
Yes.
So it's really up to them to actually take that challenge.
Yes.
How difficult is it to see them actually take the challenge? Your encouraging words, is that enough?
Honestly, I'm very inspired by them, because after speaking to them, I can hear their stories, and each and every one of our scholars, they're so determined that we all know domestic helpers, their work is very tedious, it's very long. Each and every one of them put their blood, sweat, and tears into their work, and even after that, all 13 of our scholars choose to learn and choose to educate themselves. And so what I've learned is that, for example, if they have to start working and, for example, prepare breakfast for their alagas at 6 a.m., they'll wake up at 4 a.m. And then study 2 hours from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then they'll work the entire day, and then maybe 1 hour lunch break. They'll study instead of scrolling on Facebook. And then once they're done with work, for example, maybe 9 p.m., they'll spend 9 p.m. to 12 midnight, studying. And then they'll wake up again at 4 a.m. And it's just this consistent determination and diligence, and I'm so inspired by them. I'm thinking to myself, I can't fail in school.
After putting full fails, right? How am I with my physics?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, inspiring words coming from a young and talented guy in Emilio. We're going to be back. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to bring the parents in front of the camp. They're shaking their head. Okay, we'll bring the sister along then. Don't go away. Babalik po kami makalipas.
Metro Plus weather.
Mainly cloudy with a few showers, more showers with thunderstorms tomorrow. Showers will be heavy at first. Temperatures will range between 27 and 31 degrees. Moderate to fresh southwesterly winds, occasionally strong on high ground at first. Relative humidity stands at 78%. For the outlook, there will still be showers on Sunday. Showers will ease off gradually in the following couple of days, and it will be very hot during the day. And that's the weather from Metro Plus, your connect.
Electrical work is dangerous, so proper safety measures must be taken. Cut off the power supply to the installation before any electrical work and use insulating gloves. Turn off the power switch, lock it, and display a warning sign on it. Electrical work should only be done by registered electrical workers. For inquiries, please call the Labor Department's hotline at 2559-2297.
Katanungan, tawag na sa 1-834-100. 1-834-100. Pwede ring i-text, WhatsApp at Viber sa 6641-8811. 6641-8811. Pwede ring email ptshk1044@gmail.com. ptshk1044@gmail.com. At sali na sa aming FB page, Pinoy Tayo Sanman.
Ako po si Angie ng Katniel Spikers Hong Kong at kayo'y nakikinig sa PTS Pinoy Tayo Saan Man.
Hi, this is Eileen from Liskin, Hong Kong, and I love BTS.
Balik pa tayo sa ating programa. It's 9:31 sa programa po natin sa araw na ito. Gaya na nabanggit po natin, hindi ho kompleto ang buhay ni Emilio kung wala ho yung parents, di ba? Siyempre, sila... Pumapalagitna si Emilio, nasa gitna siya eh. Okay, kasama po natin yung... kumbaga, I can still remember how the mom said it when I interviewed her doon sa PHK. Akong lumuwal niyan, ha? 9 months kong kinarga yan, ha?
Mahigit 9 months.
Mahigit na 9 months. Please welcome ang nanay po niya. Nanay ni Emilio na si Grace. Grace, good evening.
Good evening, Kuya Mike, and good evening sa lahat ng ating mga nakikinig tonight.
Yan. Okay, ang tanong ko naman sa'yo, your son has it's just the tip of the iceberg, di ba? Marami siyang inspirasyon sa na gusto niyang gawin. And now it's run through 13 scholars already. Anong pakiramdam ng nanay?
Katulad ng sinabi ko sa iyo nung Sabado, nung tinanong mo ako kung anong nararamdaman ko. As it is now, no? Ganun pa rin sasabihin ko, I am very, very proud of him. Even kanina nung nakikinig ako sa interview ninyo, parang hindi ko alam kung iiyak ako, matatawa or kininenervyos para sa kanya, pero lahat ito ay sa kanya. Sa kanya nagsimula at siya ang nagpapalago at I can't wait, na-excite ako para sa kanya para makita niya kung anong hindi naman katapusan, pero kung saan aabot, hanggang saan aabot itong kanyang simpleng proyekto na hindi na masyado simple ngayon, pero para rin sa ikagaganda ng buhay ng maraming tao, especially nating mga OFW.
Okay, I'll have to put credit where credit is due. Dahil sabi mo nga, ikaw nagluwal sa kanya, di ba?
Yun lang.
More than 9 months. Pero during the start of all this, nung nakita niya yung mga Pilipino dito, naiintindihan mo, no?
Yes. Don't worry.
Actually, nakakaintindi naman siya ng Pilipino. Nahirapan lang magsalita.
Pinapaano ko lang siya eh. Kinakalma ko lang siya. Pinagpapawisan na eh. Okay. How did you see it in the initial stage? Parang naisip mo ba talagang it will, this will trigger?
Actually, bata pa lang si Emilio, nasa puso na niya. Nakikita ko na nasa puso niya yung pagiging matulungin. Mahilig siya sa yung mga ganong proyekto, even sa school nila, no? So, parang yung kanyang pag-iisip ay mulat na mulat sa mga social issues. So, in the beginning, mahilig siya sa environment. So, he was all about sustainability, yung mga ganon, no? Paano poprotektahan ang environment, Mother Nature, mga ganyan. And then, eventually, medyo kumaliwa or kumana ng konti nung nakaraang eleksyon. Sabihin na, hindi na lang ako magbabanggit ng mga pangalan, pero isa yung nagsilbi na siguro wake-up call sa kanya. Nakita niya kung paano gumagalaw ang mundo sa eleksyon. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas, because I think it happened, yung election ng Pilipinas is right after the US.
Correct.
So, nung time na yon, parang nakikita namin siya, kabata-bata, nakikinig sa news, nagbabasa ng dyaryo, nagsa-search lagi sa website, anong nangyayari sa Amerika. Ngayong may election. And it was a big election in America back then.
Correct.
So, inayaan ko lang. Pero maya-maya, nagbabanggit siya habang kumakain kami sa hapunan. Mom, what do you think of this, yung tumatakbong presidente and versus this, versus that. Sabi ko, ikaw, ano sa palagay mo? Kasi alam ko sa isip ko siya, nabasa na niya kung anong latest, diba? So, hinayaan ko lang siya. And then, nagugulat ako na marami siyang alam. Marami siyang sinasabi. And then, nangyari yun sa Pilipinas. Alam naman natin kung anong naging resulta. Pero bago dumating yung resulta, medyo marami ring mga mahalagang pangyayari in between. So, doon, yun, na-witness niya rin yun sa sarili niyang mata. And I guess, being, nasa Pilipinas siya or nandito man kami sa Hong Kong, marami siya naririnig, nababalitaan, gumawa rin siya ng sariling research niya. And doon, siguro, nakapagbuo siya ng something, ng some insight in his mind na parang may mali, 'di ba? May mali, pero merong tama. Pero bakit ang mali ang nananalo or ang umaangat, hindi yung tama? So, I guess bata siya, no? So, syempre very idealistic, no? And very, kumbaga, gusto lang niya yung tamang landas or yung nakikita, alam niyang tama. Pero then he started questioning. Bakit ganun, ma'am? Bakit ganun, dad? Bakit ganun pa rin ang Pilipinas? Bakit walang pagbabago? Bakit kahit anong gawin, nakailang administrasyon na, wala pa rin? So he started questioning those things, and then he started formulating his own formula nga. Siguro, sabi niya, wala na ako magagawa kung ganyan talaga ang ating pamamaraan sa Pilipinas. Pero at least in my own way, sa sarili kong paraan, sa sarili kong maliit na mundo, baka may magawa ako.
Nag-iisip na naman siya.
Oo.
Nakikita ko na, nararamdaman ko na, nag-iisip na naman siya.
Doon siya nagsimula. So, naisip nga niya, yun na nga, ako'y pinagpala sa isang, magandang edukasyon buong buhay ko. So, maybe, dahil ganito pa lang ang edad ko, yun rin ang pwede kong mabigay sa aking mga kapwa Pilipino, edukasyon.
Mabigat na yun, ha? I could just imagine the sleepless nights that your parents can see still pag nakabukas yung pinto mo. Uy, gising pa si Emilio.
Yeah.
Diba? Ano ba to? Naglalaro ba to? O gumagawa siya ng business plan niya sa ganitong sitwasyon. Now, how are you are you part of the organization as part of the directors, your husband, or any part of the family who's part of it?
Actually, dahil nagsimula na rin lang nung magkasama kami. So, parang I'm serving as their advisor now and mentor. Yeah. So, bumubuo rin siya ng kanyang sariling team na mga bata, kabataan din, mga kaklase niya sa Pilipinas, mga kaklase niya dito sa Hong Kong. So, sabi ko, tama yan, kasi young organization kayo. So, ipagpatuloy mo yan. So, I think dito naman lumalabas yung kanyang pagiging leader. No? So nakaka-impluwensya rin siya sa kanyang mga kaklase, sa kanyang mga kaibigan mula, from Manila to Hong Kong, nakakakuha siya ng mga volunteers na gusto siya, yung naniniwala sa kanyang mission. So, yun, nagpapasalamat kami na nakakatulong rin talaga sa kanya yun.
Ito yung masasabi na po natin na future talaga ng bansa natin, ang kabataan. How I wish that most of the children back home, di ba, yung mga kabataan natin, ganun din sa pag-iisip mo. Siguro, as this goes on, because right now, how long has it been since you launched Fulfills?
A little less than a year.
Okay, so a little less than a year, and you already have 13.
Yes.
Diba? So siguro, sabi mo nga kanina, you're pushing it really hard on social media. Sa pagkakataong ito, marami na rin siguro mga kabataan, and in fact, siguro yung mga kasamahan natin na nanonood sa atin ngayon, yung kanilang mga anak, gusto na rin sigurong maging kasapi nitong
yes.
na to, no? To inspire. Kasi sometimes kasi ang mahirap lang sa mga kababayan natin ng mga OFW, naiwan din nila yung kanilang mga anak no? So sila kumbaga ang lumalabas, primary sila dito na nag-aalaga, secondary yung kanilang pamilya doon, di ba? So yun yung pinaka mabigat sa kanilang saloobin. So minsan nagkakaroon nga ng miscommunication sa bawat isa kasi hindi na sila nagkakaintindihan. So hopefully ito din ang bridge, ito rin ang tulay na magkakaroon sila ng pagkakataon na magkikita na naman sila intellectually dahil naiwanan na yung nanay
Yes.
'Di ba? Kahit nasabihin na natin na natapos yung nanay bilang guro, 'di ba? O teacher siya dati. Siyempre yung pagtuturo style dati at ngayon iba na.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Kung gusto niya pa rin mag-aral, so pagkakataon nila siguro to meet in that endeavor. Sabi nga dito ni ni Weng. Thank you so much.
She's a
Emil.
scholar, I think.
Siguro.
Yes.
Yan na.
Siya ba yan?
Hi,
Si
Rowena.
Rowena ba yan?
Sabi niya dito, ang kanyang pangalan dito sa Facebook is T. Jones Wang.
Yes, that's her.
Okay.
Nice to see you.
Sabi niya dito, through you and your brilliant idea, this scholarship program for OFWs has opened a door and the prospect of a brighter future for us. Proud Fulfill Scholar.
Ayan. Maraming salamat sa aming mga Fulfill Scholars.
So hindi pa tumatawag sa atin si
Hazel. Baka si Rowena pwedeng tumawag.
Rowena, tumawag ka sa akin. 6641-8811.
Baka nahihiya si Hazel.
Oo. 6641-8811. Si Malu Estacio sabi niya, congratulations, genius young boy. Hindi na boy ito. Mama na ho ito eh. Hindi
pa ng bata.
Hindi pa ho nag-iiba boses niya. Medyo pumipiyok-piyok pa siya. Pero darating din tayo dyan. Congratulations. And baka sama ka na rin, Grace. Sabi niya, congrats, beautiful, proud parent.
Salamat.
Yung tatay ayaw magpakita eh.
Mahiyain.
Mahiyain yung tatay. Okay. So, nga, ulitin natin. 6641-8811. We'd just like to hear directly from you para naman ma-inspire din yung ating mga OFWs na nagnanais na sila ay makasama sa tinatawag po nating scholarship na ito. No? Ikaw na mismo ang pwedeng patunay. So, Weng has been with you for how long now?
Batch 1, no?
She's actually our very first scholar.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Our
very first one.
Okay, ikaw pala yung sabihin natin guinea pig.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Weng, tawag ka na sa akin. Okay, 6641-8811. Sagutin, we'll answer it directly from our mobile phone para at least maintindihan natin. Si Tita Josefa naman, these are one of the elders of OFWs natin. She's part of our working committee, our focus group. Sabi niya, wow, congrats. Happy to see and hear a young man na lang kasi boy dito yung nakalagay, doing such a very good deed to domestic helpers at a young age. Congrats and to the parents, the proud parents. Of course, yung sister din nandito.
Oo.
Proud sister din. Oo.
May kuya pa yan.
May kuya pa ba?
Yes.
Oo, yung kuya niya
second ka pala.
Yes, sir.
Middle child.
Now I understand.
Oo.
Kaya ganon.
Ano ba sabi nila sa mga middle
child din ako. Yan si Tita Jean, middle child din yan eh.
Ayan.
So pumapaloob ang middle child.
You understand.
Okay, now I understand.
Our struggle.
There you go.
Kaya mga middle child.
Middle child struggle.
Meron ka rin pala. So yung kapatid mo, yung panganay is kuya, nag-aaral
sa Colegio na.
Colegio na.
Third year college.
Oh,
Sana
matatapos
nandito
na siya
ngayon, pero kaaral pa.
Yun. Yan. Ayan na, mukhang tatawag na yata sila. 66418811. Napakaganda po ng oportunidad na ito, no? It's something that we really have to be proud of. Not only because of the persistency of Emilio to actually upgrade yung posisyon po ng ating mga kababayan dito. And of course, nag-uumpisa po siya dito dahil dito ka nagsimula eh. 'Di ba? So, pero palalawakin po ito. Dahil of course, ang social media ngayon, napakaliit na po ng mundo sa social media. No? Okay, ito na siguro siya. Hello? Weng? Hello?
Scammy.
Hello? Ha?
Scam number. This oras na ng gabi.
Hello?
Ayun.
Weng? Si Weng ba to? Okay, Weng. Live ka na sa radyo ngayon ha. Huwag mong papakinggan through the Facebook kasi magdi-delay tayo. So, nandito lahat ang buong Baha family. Kasama natin ngayon. So, ikaw pala yung pinaka-unang scholar, tama ba?
Kumbaga student 0001.
Ikaw yung
ayan.
0001. That means, kailangan umabot tayo ng tens of thousands scholars. Okay. So,
wish ko rin po kay Emilio.
ayun. So, ano yung feeling mo nung unang napili ka bilang kauna-unahang scholar?
Na-surprise po ako kasi yung nasip ko ng text from yaya niya, sabi niya sa akin kung gusto ko ba daw mag-aral ulit. Sabi ko, naman. Tapos yun, naisara ko ipusid na lang yung scholarship. And then, process siya lahat-lahat and anything. And then hanggang sa naka-enroll na ako and continue studying. So proud kay Emilio dahil doon, matutupad na yung mga pangarap ko.
Emilio,
Tapos ng pag-aaral.
mas kinakabahan si Weng kesa sa'yo eh. Okay. Taga saan ka sa atin, Weng?
Sa Negros po, pero laking Paranaque po ako.
Negros Oriental or Occidental?
Occidental po.
Ilongga ka, Day?
Ilongga.
Uy, Ilongga gito.
Ilonggo ka rin, Kuya Mike.
Ilonggo rin ako eh. Okay, so, ilang taon ka na dito?
23 years.
And 23 years, isang amo yan?
Hindi po. Limang po.
Pang ilan ka ng taon sa current na amo mo?
Maglilima po.
Maglilima. Okay. So ngayon, nag-uumpisa ka na ngayon. Tama ba yung description ni Emilio na sa umaga, nag-aaral ka, pag nagkakape ka, tapos midday, nag-aaral ka ulit, tapos sa gabi, nag-aaral ka ulit?
Pagkatapos po ng trabaho, nag-aaral na po ako niyan. Tapos hanggang kailan ako antok mga alas 12 o alas 2 na madaling araw. Kasi doon lang ako nakaka-exam.
Doon ka lang nakaka-exam. So ngayon, pang ilang trimester ka na ngayon?
3 na po.
3 na.
Pangatlo.
So ilan pa ang babrasuhin mo?
3 taon pa po.
3 taon pa. Pero ano yung pakiramdam mo bilang sa edad mo ngayon? Nag-aaral ka pa?
Oo. Parang balik estudyante po. Yung feeling mo high school ka pa rin or college student ka pa rin. Parang hindi mo naman na-feel na may edad ka na.
Yun ang pinaka-importante doon. Hindi mo nararamdaman na may edad ka pa. Pero hindi ko natatanungin kung ilan ang edad mo. May mga anak ka ba? May pamilya ka?
Meron na po.
Ilan po ang anak?
Isa po.
Ilan taon po yung nyo po? Yung anak nyo?
23.
23. So anong sabi ni Kuya? Nung sinabi na nag-aaral ka ulit.
Support naman po siya.
Ayun. At tapos na ba siya sa pag-aaral?
Po?
Tapos na yung anak mo sa pag-aaral?
Kakaalis nga lang kahapon.
Kakaalis? Saan pumunta?
Nasa US na po.
Nasa US na? Pwede na yun pag...
time.
Anong nagtatrabaho siya sa US?
Mag-stay na po doon kasi nandun rin yung wife niya.
Wow. Ikaw na susunod pagkatapos mong ng 3 taon pa. Ganun ba yun?
Yun po yung plano namin.
Yun ang plano.
Wow.
Emilio, ikaw ang nagbigay ng stepping stone niya, ha? Oo.
Salamat, Emilio. Salamat.
Okay, ang huling tanong ko sa'yo, Weng, ikaw na mismo maghikayat o imbitahan ng ating mga kababayan na sumama dito sa Fulfills. Sige, ikaw na.
Sa lahat po ng mga OFW dito sa Hong Kong, is your chance to na makapag-aral ulit tayo dito sa through profile po, kay Emilio po, na sana na bigyan niyo ng pagkakataon na anuin yung sarili niyo na for the future, hindi lang po yung lagi tayo nakatambay dyan sa certain kung saan give a chance for us na makapagtapos ng pag-aaral. At andyan po si Emilio, ang fulfill ang magpapatuloy po niya.
Wow.
Nakakataba ba puso?
Yeah. I can't cry on radio.
Yeah, you can. You really feel it now.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Weng, maraming salamat ha.
Spot, sir.
Maraming salamat sa iyo. And
Salamat sa inyo lahat.
congratulations. Hindi ka pa tapos, congratulations na. Dahil
Salamat po.
Oo. At tatawagan ka namin ulit ha.
You're next.
Oo, aalamin namin kung ikaw na ngayon ang magiging ikaw na yung magfu-fulfill para dun sa iba.
Yes.
Tama.
Yan.
Sige po.
Sige po, maraming salamat. Ayan.
Salamat.
Kita mo naman yun, no?
Actually, hindi mo pa natatanong, Kuya Mike, pero ang focus din ng Fulfills, no, pagdating sa scholarship is college degree.
Oo,
So,
yun ang
hindi
pinakaiba
lang
yun.
Oo,
Oo.
hindi lang tayo nagbibigay ng short courses or mga technical vocational courses. Talagang siningle out na namin to ni Emilio because pwede sanang marami, no, iba-ibang klase. Pero ngayon, ang gusto namin yung mag-focus ang talaga. In fact, meron kaming high school diploma. So, syempre, hindi naman din lahat nakatapos ng high school.
Correct.
Umabot lang ng
Agree.
grade 5, grade 6. Then, kung kailangan ng high school diploma, pwede din. And then, the next step is college degree, which is yung 13 namin na scholars, including si Weng, yun ang pinagtatrabahuhan. Kaya, for 3 years na lang siya. So, I think if I'm not mistaken, naalala mo ba ang degree or course ni Weng?
She is BSBA in English.
yata,
Yeah,
eh.
English.
Bachelor of Arts in English.
Yes. So, ang mga courses namin, mga degree is really accountancy, financial management, real estate, and marketing management. Lahat ng pwede nilang kurso na gusto na ino-offer ng AMA University, meron, pwede namin ibigay sa kanila.
Wow, that's amazing. Sige, pwede mo na iiyak. Nagtitimpi ka pa, nakikita ko na gusto na bumagsak eh. Hindi ba, it's so inspiring when you have such a, not only you, but also the whole family is part of it. Di ba? Yun yung pinaka-importante.
Actually, bigla ako nagkaroon ng trabaho, Kuya Mike.
Housewife na lang ba?
Yun ang sinasabi ko. Bigla akong pagising ko na lang, may ginagawa na ako. Oo. So, I think in the same way that sabi nga ni Emilio, yung mga scholars, nagsaserve as inspiration sa kanya na pagbutihin pa niya lalo ang pag-aaral niya.
Pagbutihin mo daw ang pag-aaral mo, ha?
Yes.
Ako rin, parang nai-inspire, no? Dahil naririnig ko mismo, sa akin din mismo, bumabagsak yung mga, mga kwento at mga istorya ng ating mga scholars. At syempre, nakita ko kay Emilio yung hirap din niya na, pagplanuhin, pag-isipan, paano ba natin gagawin ito? Paano tayo magkakaroon pa ng mas maraming scholars? Paano tayo magkakaroon pa ng donors? Na maiintindihan yung ginagawa natin. And salamat sa iyo, Kuya Mike. At ngayon, mas lalo pang sana, mas marami pang makaalam sa Fulfill sa ginagawa natin dito.
Well, that's the advantage siguro nung nakita ko nga siya nung Saturday, di ba? Nung nilabas mo yung nag-present ka doon. To me, it's something really relevant eh. Kasi nga, sa dinami-rami ng bilang natin dito, 200,000 na lang, di ba? Plus. Higit sa 90% ay mga kababaihan. Kadalasan yun, talagang yung sakripisyo ng umalis. Hindi ba? Hindi pa kami, yung iba, kapapanganak pa lang niya, aalis na kaagad. At iiwan na yung kanilang anak. So, it's really, really hard. No? So, marami pa talagang kailangan gawin. And when it's sort of sa akin deja vu ito eh, because being I was part of Ateneo before. Sa high school meron po kami tinatawag na tulong-dunong. No, so we go down to Marikina and we teach. Tapos yung mga bata na nakikita namin na pwedeng maging scholar, kinukuha namin yon. Pinakukunan namin ng exam sa Ateneo, kung may mga babae naman sa St. Bridget's or sa Miriam. Tapos yung klase namin, kung sinong pumasa doon, yun yung kami magfa-fundraise para makatapos sila ng high school. For a good education. So step by step na siya. So nung nakita ko nga ito, sabi ko it's a modified version of what we had during my early stages in education, diba? So ito kaya nga ito, pero it's a different field kasi nga ito professionals na sila eh. Nagtatrabaho na eh. Mas mahirap 'yun kasi mas mahirap mong tulungan ng isang tao na nagtatrabaho na. Imagine mo, isisingit mo pa yung pag-aaral sa gitna ng ginagawa nila. Di ba? Kagaya nung sinasabi ni Weng kanina, 2:00 ng umaga, nag-aaral pa rin siya. No? Nag-aaral pa rin siya. So talagang sa pagpupursige, nakikita nila yung inspirasyon na yun sa'yo. Ikaw yung mirror nila eh. Di ba? So sa pag humarap sila doon sa mirror na yon, nakikita nila, kung hindi ko tatapusin ito, sinong tatapos nito? At hindi rin naman ako aangat. Base doon nga sa sinabi mo, sa pangalan pa lang, fulfills, hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na, hindi na lang. It defeats the purpose of having a organization like yours that names fulfill na hindi mo itutuloy. Diba? So marami pa ho tayong tsansa. At dadami pa itong scholarship na ito. And aside from the scholarship, for those people who are interested in sort of being part of donating in whatever form, shape, or size. That's what you said, di ba?
Yes.
Walang
discrimination.
Walang discrimination. Whether it's 10 cents to 100,000, it doesn't really matter. Every cent counts. So the floor is yours to invite everybody who will be willing to, kung ayaw nila mag-aral, pero kung gusto nilang suportahan yung organisasyon mo, how do they do that?
So I would like to ask everyone who's on the very esteemed radio broadcast of Kuya Mike to visit Fulfills on Facebook and Instagram, and please like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I think a lot of people aren't able to help using money and like monetarily, but if you just like and follow our posts, it helps us reach the right people who can help us do that.
Tama.
And you can also check out our website at www.fulfills.org. And if you're interested, if you're an OFW in Hong Kong, you can apply to be a scholar. And you can also keep up with the latest of Fulfills, our events, our press, our media, anything and everything Fulfills will be there. So please, again, follow at Fulfills on Facebook and Instagram and our website.
Okay. G, pwede tayong magbakasyon?
Pwede na.
Siya na yung kukunin natin kahalili natin.
Pwede
na, no?
Dito na siya.
Pwede na? Sige.
Baka pumayag yan, Kuya Mike.
Walang problema yun.
Ang problema dyan, hindi marunong tumanggi.
Okay lang yun. Mas mabuti nga yun. Sige, kakamayan na kita. Okay na, nakita nyo. Kakamayan na ako.
Totoo yan.
So bibigyan ka na namin ng exclusive link. Kahit na nasa Pilipinas ka, bibigyan ka na namin ng link.
Walang excuse.
Anytime, Kuya Mike.
Yan. So sa pagkakataong ito, inimbitahan po namin kayo ulit. Ito nga, pinopost po namin sa inyo, nakikita nyo po yung Fulfills, kung paano po kayo maaaring maging scholar or pwede ho kayo mag-donate din. Sabi nga namin, wala hong presyo po ito.
Kahit 100 pesos,
10 centavos. Ang pinaka-importante dito is yung foundation na ginagawa po natin ngayon sa araw na ito.
And aside from that, Kuya Mike, kung pwede ko lang maidagdag,
sige,
naghahanap din kami ng mga volunteers.
Ayun!
Kasi
perfect.
Now na lumalago ang aming organisasyon, mas kailangan din namin ng tulong. So kung sa tingin nyo kayo ay...
Ako na. Isa na ako doon.
Volunteer. Ayun, tama. So kung sa tingin nyo ay kayo ay may gustong makatulong sa Fulfills, sa kung anumang paraan yan, just send us an email, ask@fulfills.org, or nasa website din yan. Meron dyan, be a volunteer, then press send. Okay? So, pwedeng magsulat, sumama sa aming mga events, at kung ano-ano. So, marami kaming proyektong nakahanda para sa aming mga scholars. So, yun yung sinasabi rin ni Emilio, ayoko na, puro aral lang din sila. Kailangan meron ding holistic approach.
Yun!
No? So, meron kaming mga activities na naka-line up para sa aming scholars throughout the year. Para hindi lang puro aral. Meron ding saya. So like sa Sunday, meron kaming event na iniimbitahan namin kayong lahat kung gusto nyo pa at taga Hong Kong kayo. May partnership kami with CCF.
Okay.
Ang Christian Community Fellowship ng Hong Kong sa Causeway Bay. meron kami parang seminar or workshop na magtuturo sa aming mga scholars at kung sino man gustong sumali tungkol sa time management.
Oh,
so, yan.
okay.
So, something na, di ba, para maiba din.
Maiba naman, oh.
Hindi puro academic workload.
Correct,
May holistic approach din ang Fulfill. So,
Yun.
message nyo lang kami, Facebook, Instagram, or email.
Yan.
Yan.
Okay. So, opportunity po yan. Can I be a volunteer? Meron na nagbo-volunteer.
Ayun na, pakisend na lang sa aming email.
We need help.
Siya na humihingi ng tulong na yun.
Oo.
Okay.
Bata, matanda, pwede.
Pwede. Okay, an opportunity not to be missed. Get into the website fulfills.org. Ayan. Hindi ko na bibigay yung telephone niya kasi I'm sure masusunog ho yun. And of course, yung tatay niya kasi ayaw magpakita. No? I would just like to greet him Happy Father's Day this coming Sunday. Pero magbo-volunteer din siya sa Sunday. Okay. Pinipilit ko na siya. Okay, dyan po nagwawakas ang aming programa at sana po ay maanyayahan po namin kayo magtuloy-tuloy suportahan po ang ating Fulfills. Sa pangunguna po, of course, ni Emilio at sa pagkakataong ito, palakihin po ang mga scholarship. Hindi lamang po ang scholarship, kundi po ang volunteers. No? Alalahanin niyo po, walang maiiwan dito sa Fulfills. Lahat kayo matututo. Diyan po kami nagpapaalam sa ngalan po ng inyong Tita Carrie, DJ Jen, Kuya Mike niyo po, at kasama rin po natin na si DJ McCurves sa DJ The Big J. Kami po ay nagpapasalamat. Magandang gabi. Love you guys!
Metro Plus, a service of Metro Broadcast. Now the news with Jeanette Gaius.
South Africa's newly elected